So I watched this show in real time while it was coming out, but in order to film this video and get the best points that I really wanted, I spent all of yesterday rewatching all 9 episodes in 1.75 speed. And when I say I lost a couple brain cells, I got done and it was goo in here. Nothing was happening. I was gone. So you're welcome in advance. Welcome back to the Max Reality. If you've seen my face before, then you know the drill, but if you haven't, my name's Morgan and I love talking all things reality TV, and today we're talking about the show from TLC that made me cringe harder than any show ever has. It literally, I'd be watching it and find random parts of my body tensed up because I was so uncomfortable. Yes, today we are talking about Milf Manor. The amount of times I accidentally called this show Milf Island because of the 30 Rock joke coming to life in this show, innumerable. It's incredible. Incredible. If you somehow missed when it got announced, let me tell you a little bit about it. Pretty much the idea is that a bunch of older women are going to be dating younger men, but when they announced the show, they said there'd be a twist, but wouldn't say what the twist was. However, pretty much everybody guessed it. It's that they'd be dating their sons. Now, not moms actually dating their sons, but mothers would be in the same dating pool as their sons. That doesn't make it sound any better, but I hope you understand the distinction I am trying to make. Also, this wasn't just supposed to be a surprise to the viewers, it was a surprise to the contestants as well. Now, do I think all of them actually didn't know this? No. I think deep in my heart, some of them knew what show they were signing up for, but there might have been a couple who actually didn't know. But it's hard to justify, like, how do you not know your son is going on a dating show at the same time you are, and that it's filming in the same place, and that it just feels like too many things. But that's what they said. They said they didn't know. So there was, however, variances of didn't know. Some people tried to claim they just didn't know anything, nothing at all. Some said that they knew that their son was also going on a dating retreat show, but thought it was a different one than the one they were on. And then there were a couple people that we'll learn about who knew they were coming on a dating show with their son, but didn't know that all the other pairs would be mothers and sons as well. So the level of ignorance is varied, but still. The people especially who say, "Oh, I didn't know anything. How did my son end up here?" I don't believe you. I see it. I see through you. On top of all that, they learn that they're going to be staying in the same room as their mom during this experiment. And during the first episode, they have a competition to see who gets the best room. But honestly, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me back up and introduce you to the moms and sons that made this show what it was. First up, we have April Jane and her son Gabriel. April lives in Studio City, California, and she has 3 boys. She has always been into younger men. Her ex-husband was even 7 years younger than she was, but they broke up because they weren't compatible. Then there's her son Gabriel. He's 23. He lives in LA and he's a model and singer, and he has a rock band with his dad and brother. Next up, we have Paula and Jose. Paula is 48. She's originally from Mexico, but she currently lives in Miami. Her husband actually died when he was 23 in a car wreck, and she decided she just wanted to focus on raising her son and daughter, but now it is her time to date and have fun. Her son, Jose, is 28, and he works as a TV host. They did not say this at all during the show. I found it up looking up their cast bios and everything, and I don't know why this never got brought up. Next up, we have So Young and Jimmy. So Young is so young. If I had a shot for every time I heard that joke made, I would have been dead watching this show. So Young is 50, she's living near New Orleans, and she is a nurse who specializes in heart surgery. Then there's her son Jimmy, who is 26 and says he has his dating apps set to 65 and older, so he is He's ready to play ball. Up next, we have April and Ricky. April's 44. She's an event planner in Detroit, and her son Ricky is 26, and he is a postal worker who also lives in Detroit. Again, especially these moms and sons that live in the same place. How do you not know? I can't buy it. I can't buy it. Speaking of duos that I have no belief had no idea what was going on, we have Charlene and Harrison. Charlene is 46, and she recently moved from New Jersey to LA to get away from a toxic marriage. Her son Harrison is 23 and lives with her. I just don't believe they could live together and not know. I just don't believe it. I just do not. I don't buy it. I don't buy it. Also, he's a male entertainer, which gets brought up many a times, while he's also going to college. Next up, we have Kelly and Joey. Kelly is 51 and goes by the nickname Disco Mommy. She has 6 kids from multiple dads. I'm just bringing that point up because she does. She loves dating younger. The first guy she dated out of her marriage was 14 years younger than her. Her son Joey is our youngest contestant, and he is 20. He's not even able to drink yet, but you know. Up next, we have Shannon and Ryan. Shannon is 50 and was married for 18 years, but after the divorce, she decided she needed a long break from dating. But when she came back, she jumped into the arms of a 27-year-old and realized the MILF life was for her. Then her son Ryan is actually the oldest of the sons. He's 30 and he's a musician. And last, we have Stephanie and Billy. Stephanie is 46, and her main personality is that she loves the Lord, and she can't wait to see where he takes her on this journey. Then we have her son Billy, who is 28, and in his cast bio, he's described as a soft-spoken guy and a true romantic at heart. So episode 1, starting us off strong. We meet the cast. We find out they're sharing rooms. Then we find out 2 rooms are better than all the other rooms in the house. And there's going to be a competition to see what 2 duos get the 2 best rooms. This competition is... In this competition, they have the women blindfolded, and they have to go feel up all the shirtless sons and figure out which is their son by feeling him up. And whoever can find their son correctly and the fastest wins the rooms. This is when I probably should have stopped watching the show, when I watched it the first time originally. But I just thought, it's not going to get worse than this. And boy, oh boy, was I wrong. Next up, we get into episode 2. The big game challenge for episode 2 is Wall of Secrets. Pretty much there's a wall, and there's a lot of secrets on them, and everybody has to guess their mom or son's secrets. The duo that stumps their other person is the one who wins. It's kind of confusing. It confuses them multiple times because they think they were trying to find the right ones, but really they kind of wanted to find the wrong ones. Not the best way to set up a game. I probably would have tried to do it the other way, but whatever. The secrets are things like, I slept with my son's middle school teacher. I kissed my male friend and then he told me he was bi. And then the one that shakes multiple episodes afterward is, I slept with my son's best friend. It ends up being So Young, who slept with her son's best friend. We honestly don't get a lot more information than that, so sorry if you're super nosy like I am, but mostly we focus on Jimmy feeling hurt, which fair, but I mean, if you're nosy like I am, you want to know, like, what happened? Who was it? I don't even know if they really address who it was or any of that. It's the rest of the episode. The rest of the episode is Jimmy being upset about this, and honestly fair, I'd probably be upset about it forever. Also, the winners get to go on group dates. Moving on into episode 3, the winners of the Wall of Secrets game get to go on dates with each other. that's whatever. I don't even care about that. I'm more focused on the challenges because those are what keep getting more and more and more unhinged. So, episode 3, the main challenge, is these weird mother son dances. They just have to choreograph a dance with each other and do it. And as I said in the beginning, Harrison is a male entertainer, so everybody is really, really expecting a lot, and he delivers a lot, and it is a lot. A lot, a lot. Next up, we have episode 4, where we get a surprise elimination. And this isn't just a surprise to us, it's a surprise to them. They never thought anybody would get eliminated from the show, and neither did I, because there was no host to set up and explain everything. So we what's going on? Who knows? I just thought they were all gonna date. I mean, we're 4 episodes in, and there's been no mention of, oh, somebody's gonna be in the bottom, somebody's gonna be unsafe. No. Just some people are going home. And how they go home is from a chemistry challenge game where it's pretty much just speed dating with the mother-son duos, and then they mark who they had chemistry with, and unfortunately, mother and son, April and Ricky, don't have enough chemistry with everyone and get sent home. I have a conspiracy town theory that, I don't know. I just don't think there was going to be an elimination. I think that the producers weren't getting enough, maybe, from April and Ricky. They weren't getting what they wanted. Because it's true, neither of them had really made any connection, but also it's episode 4. I think they wanted them off the show. I could be wrong. Or maybe there was some sort of, situation. It just felt weird. It didn't feel like it was planned. But the next episode, we immediately get them replaced with a new mom and son. And then there's pretty much never an elimination again until the very end. So you tell me if that's a conspiracy or not. It feels weird to me. It feels weird to me. Our new mother and son duo is Lisa and Ryan. Lisa is 58 and she was an actress in the 80s and 90s. You might recognize her. She was Alice in Nightmare on Elm Street. I have never seen that movie. It's on my list for Halloween this year. But she's with her son Ryan, who I'm pretty sure was 30 when they filmed this, and he's an artist. As I said, it just kept feeling like the show couldn't get worse. But it did. And episode 5, their challenge is a sex ed challenge. I don't even know how to really explain this challenge. Pretty much they had different sex ed questions. Sex ed, I'm using that very loosely. And the moms would pick a question and then make one of the sons come up and answer. Some of them were actual questions. I don't really remember any of them because I blacked out. But there were others that were demonstrations being shown of things I don't think I can talk about on here. And honestly, again, I'm trying to black it out. I actively tried to remember for filming this, but my brain is doing its best to black out the memory of it because no words. Let's move on. Episode 6, we have what I call the blind massage challenge. It's exactly how it sounds. The moms are blindfolded and the sons are blindfolded, and they're put in front of a mom and they have to massage them. Now, number 1, just imagine trying to massage a person while you can't see them. And then number 2, it could be your mom. And it is some of their moms. Some of the guys get matched up with their moms because they do multiple people. Each son does a couple people and they are rated, and the son who got the highest rating is the one who wins the date. Again, all of these challenges have winners and dates, but that's just really not what we're here to talk about because that was the most normal part of the show. Honestly. Honest to God. I also have to say, the other main reason for not talking about the dates is because the dates are never really, prizes. Yes, they do get to go on a date, but you're not prevented from going on dates at any time. We see a bunch of random dates that just happen. They didn't win them. There's no lead up to it. They're just I decided to ask so-and-so on a date, and now we're going to this restaurant. So it's like, why are there even challenges to win? Like, the show has no structure. It's such a mess. It's like, it was already cringy and uncomfortable to watch because of the premise, but what made it worse to watch was that there was just no idea of what was going on the entire time. Just absolute chaos. Episode 7, we have the Dirty Laundry Challenge. I'm sure right now, you're having about the same thought I did at the beginning, where you thought, well, there can't be worse than that. No, it's getting worse. The Dirty Laundry Challenge is where the sons and the moms are presented with dirty underthings, and they have to figure out which are their moms or which are their sons. Not only was it embarrassing seeing dudes pick up bras and be like, this could be my mom, and holding the world's smallest bra when their mom had the world's biggest boobies, but just, oh my god. I also just pray it wasn't, they didn't actually give them real dirty laundry, right? Like, this is just clean laundry, but they're calling it dirty laundry for the game. I want to hope that's what happened, but honestly, with this show, the way it is, I can't guarantee that in my mind. I'm gonna pretend it was clean for me, for my sanity. In episode 7, we also learn it's time for everybody to make their final pairs, and anybody who doesn't end up in a final pair will be going home. Pretty much how it works is each person texts the name of the person they want to be with, and if it's a match, congratulations, you're a pair. If somebody gets multiple matches at this big matching ceremony that we're going to talk about in a minute, they have to pick which person they want to be matched with, and the other goes home. So in episode 8, our final matches are... we have Steph and Gabriel, Paula and Ryan, April and Joey, and Jose and Kelly. Unfortunately, that means we have 7 people going home. Those people are Jimmy, Charlene, So Young, Shannon, Ryan S., Lisa, and Billy. So in episode 8, we don't really get a challenge per se. We get meet the family time. So everybody ends up having to meet somebody from the other person's family. There are daughters that come, ex-husbands, friends. It's what you'd expect. Honestly, it wasn't, anything crazy for the most part. People were pretty chill. April's ex-husband, was, a lot. And then we also have one of the sons being interested in one of the daughters that shows up for her mom. So that makes a great moment. The last episode is episode 9, and all the couples are split up between the men and the women, and they have to go off and write letters about how they feel about each other. I don't feel like this was explained very well to the contestants, because they really do just kind of write their feelings, but they don't tell us in these letters, really, for the most part, a definitive, yes, I want to date you when we leave the villa. I'm interested in maybe seeing where things go. I'm not interested. Like, it's very vague. All the letters are very vague, lovey. Just, I feel like it needed clearer endings, but I'm not in charge. First up, we have Stephanie and Gabe, and from their vague letters, I'm pretty sure they decided to keep dating after the show. Who's to say? Not me. World's vaguest dating decision I've ever watched. Then we have April and Joey, who decide to leave the villa as BFFs. That was one of the only clear ones, because they actually said that in a cutaway, that they were leaving the villa as BFFs. Thank you for giving me a clear answer, unlike most people. Then we have Paula and Ryan, another super vague one that I think they decided to be a couple. I think that was the decision. That's what I got from their weird little letters. And last up, we have Kelly and Jose, who also decide that they want to keep dating after the show. Theirs was also kind of vague, but it got pretty cleared up by the end. So 3 out of the 4 couples decide they're going to date. And that's the end. There's no cash prize, there's no nothing. Just weeks of spending time in a hotel room with your son and dating his new friends that he made. Or your mom. Either way, both situations. Nightmare scenarios. Don't worry, if you've made it this far, we're going to talk about where all these couples are now, because 3 out of the 4 on a show like this deciding to keep dating, we gotta know what's going on now. I had no idea it'd be this hard to figure out if some of these people are still dating or not. It's almost like I'm one of the 5 people who cared about this show. I just thought I'd Google it and some article would immediately come up. I'm having to dig through these people's Facebooks. You hear me? Facebook. To start, Stephanie and Gabriel, no, they are not still together. It appears Gabriel even has a new girlfriend. They've been posting together on TikTok. I don't have much info on what's up with Stephanie, but with him posting a different girl as his girlfriend, I would assume they are not together. I have no idea if Paula and Ryan are still together. Not a clue. They still follow each other on Instagram. So there's that. But I don't know. I have no idea. I have no idea. So, sorry about that one. Last up, for the couples who decided to try it in the real world, Kelly and Jose unfortunately did break up. It seems like they're on good terms though. So, not all is lost. And that's it. That is TLC's Milf Manor. I truly do not think we're going to get a season 2 of this show. I don't think we need a season 2. After rewatching it on 1.75 speed all of yesterday, I just kept thinking, we don't need to do this again. This needed to happen once and never again. Put it in the vault, put it away, rewatch it when you think something like this should exist again, and then don't do it. It was funny in theory, but in practice, mostly just the structure of the show needs to be better. Honestly, it's not the sons dating moms that's the worst part of it for me. It really is that the structure is very messy and unclear, which makes the already upsetting premise just worse. Because the whole time you're just on edge, being like, what is going to happen next? But not in the fun, good way. In a way where you're like, are these people, how much therapy are these people going to need? And again, there's no cash prize. They need to set it up like Love Island, where the best couple gets voted and then they win a cash prize, or like a honeymoon trip. There needs to be something that people get out of this torture for me to be able to watch a season 2. Because that's what I kept thinking of. The majority of my rewatch was just, are these people okay? Have we been checking on them? Because we need to. Did you watch Milf Manor? Are you never going to watch it after the explanation I just gave? I was trying to keep it vague enough that if you haven't seen it, you might still want to go watch, except if you watched the ending spoiler bits, which that's not my fault. I warned you. But let me know all of your thoughts and feelings about this wild show down below in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one.